Good evening, Highlander parents. How is everybody doing? All right. You're going to give me that same cheer 60 hours from now on Monday morning, right? Yes, pack your patience. It'll be a busy one. So welcome. We're so glad to have you here in the house tonight. We have a lot of information to share with you, so we apologize in advance, but we feel it's all very important information. So if you bear with us, we'll get through this as quickly as we can. We'll start off with some quick introductions. I am your new principal here at Piedmont High School. I'm so glad to be here. I come Thank you. I come to you from Oakland Unified, so they stole me, and I'm glad to be here. And you'll hear more about me in just a second, but I'm going to turn it over to my partner in crime.
Good evening, folks. My name is Joe Merrick. I am the assistant principal here, and you'll also hear, you'll hear a lot from me today, so I'm going to not talk too much right now, but I'll be back shortly.
Thank you. And before we get into the formal presentation, I do want to acknowledge we have one board member in the house, so she has a freshman here, and we're glad to have her, Ms. Thomason. Apologize if I mispronounced your name, but thank you. We want to recognize, thank you for coming tonight. All right, so a little bit about ourselves first. I think it's important to build relationships, so a little bit of who I am. I am coming from a family of three. This is probably a more recent photo of my family. It has myself, and I have a fraternal twin brother and sister, 18 months my junior. So this is the family, obviously my mother there in the middle. She is 78 now, and we're so glad she is still with us. So that's my extended family. I have 4 children, ages 32, 30, 28, or excuse me, 32, 30, I'm thinking 28, 18 and 14. So this is the 30-year-old in the middle there getting married. As many youngsters, the date was very important to them. So as you can see there, they live in Salem, Oregon now, and they will deliver to us our first grandchild. We're expecting any day now, so I will be a grandfather soon. So thank you. This is a 32-year-old. She lives in Henderson, just outside Vegas, with her husband, and they will tell me two children. That's one of her children right there. That is Coco. And then she told me her other child there, that is Charlie. So from what I'm told, people who have pets, that's their children. So I've come to embrace her 2 children. This is our 18-year-old here. She is very musical, but has decided that she did not want to be a starving artist. Nothing against those who have a passion for music, but she is very musical. If you ever need a harpist for a wedding, that is her with her harp at a wedding. So that's our 18-year-old. And that's the youngest. That is Kaiden or Kai. Any day now, I'm told. So hopefully we'll have good news soon, and they'll let me know when I can visit. So there you go. I think the next one, just a couple of my hobbies. Again, so you know who I am, I love spending time with my family, all of the children and in-laws, and hopefully soon grandchildren. I like to travel. I think the world is a beautiful place. It is such an amazing planet. So if I get opportunities to visit either domestically or internationally, I jump on that. I am a foodie. I like to make it my journey to go to some food destination. So when we travel, we can spend all day to make sure we get to a food destination. I like reading, particularly nonfiction, but certainly all types of reading, but nonfiction is what I enjoy. The outdoors and hiking, Mother Nature certainly is amazing, and every time I go out, it never ceases to sort of put me in awe. I like puzzles, sort of the traditional jigsaw puzzles. Put your phone down, do that puzzle. It's like, why did you break it up when you were finished? But that's part of the joy, right? So I like puzzles. And lastly, I will never pass up a roller coaster ride. So the bigger, the faster, the taller, the better. So I like roller coasters and trying to get my kids to see that with me. So that's where we are. I think the next one, I'll turn it over to Joe.
All right, so just a little bit about me. I am, as I mentioned, the assistant principal here. I live in Oakland. My partner, Sarah, we have 2 kids. Oliver is 6. Liam is 3. They are there in their capes, doing whatever they were doing at that time, and it was cute, so I kept it. I went to Boston College, studied economics and history, and then found my way to the West Coast because of Sarah, to be honest. She is from Davis. I am very outdoorsy person. That was me visiting Mount Shasta this past summer for the first time. It was beautiful. I really appreciated my time there. David mentioned, you said you read nonfiction, right? Yeah, I read only fantasy, so opposite tastes, but love reading fantasy sci-fi. That's what I read when I read. I love playing board games, which, as I'm finding students who also like board games, is very fun. We talk about our miniatures and such. I play guitar, have done so since high school. Funny story, today I was with the ASB and they asked me to join for their opening meeting, and we did a 2 truths and a lie. And one of my statements, which was true, was when I was in high school, I played guitar in a Metallica cover band. And less than 50% of the students knew who Metallica was. And I said, okay, yes, the students used to know, and no, now they don't. So that's what we're working with at this time. Anyway, again, I am also deeply believe in relationships, really like getting to know our students, getting to know you. I appreciate our community and our time together and look forward to all the work we'll do together this year.
Thank you, Joe. Excellent. So some of the faces to get to know, they help us lead our school, run our school. So this is our main office staff. When you enter the school building on any given day, these are some of the familiar faces hopefully you'll see. We have Miss Latanya Lloyd. She goes by LT often. She does all the attendance and record keeping related to attendance. Michael Bell is our campus supervisor. He helps us make sure our kids are in classrooms learning, which is where we want them. So he's a great support for that aspect of it. And then Joe and I, our right-hand person there is Sarah. She keeps the school running. She's really our bosses and tells us what we are doing wrong and what we need to do and all those fun things. So Sarah is sort of the face of us and represents us in all we do. So we appreciate the 3 of them. A little bit about the focus for this year. The first 4 here is part of the PUSD strategic plan. Our goal as well is to underscore and emphasize what we're doing as a district. Creating an environment to thrive, that's really a key for us this year. Creating a place that we are proud of, whether that's through school spirit, whether that's through showing our colors and wearing purple at all our games. That's going to be a big thing for us this year. Investing in outstanding academics. I think you as parents who have older children here know that is a cornerstone for what Piedmont is. Partnering beyond the classroom. So how do we connect with the resources that exist beyond the classrooms, our alumni, for example, and how do we utilize those resources to bring this back and add to the greatness that is Piedmont. And then building for operational excellence, so making sure that we run an efficient ship and the protocols and the systems that we have in place are the best that they can be. Those are tying into the district goals. Specifically for the site, we're going to focus this year on equity, inclusion, and belonging. So making sure all of our students, whatever walk of life they come from, that they feel at home here, perfectly welcome, and can go up to any adult and feel free and safe to have conversations where we can support and feel supported for our students. MTSS for us, this revolves around tiers of support for academics, wellness, and social emotional well-being. We want to look at the whole child, making sure we can address them really at the needs of where they are, and not to sort of apply a blanket approach to everybody, but know that they're all unique and all individual, and they will thus require such. And then some of the big topics that will make its way to you as parents. These are certainly topics that's very important for our staff. So we will start with our staff, and then based upon the feedback from our staff, begin to share that with our parents. So those are academic integrity, tardies and attendance, and relationship with our parents. We want to make sure that these are strong, that there's understanding of what each of these entail, and that between our staff, our teachers, and our parents, we have a good understanding of how we can build, a Highlander here to excel and be ready for post-secondary, whatever their goals are post-secondary. For me, look for the weekly newsletter on Fridays. You'll get that soon this evening. It'll come a little later because obviously I'm here, but Thank you for all those who did the poll. Oddly enough, Friday was the winner on the poll by 2 votes. So Friday, it'll stay on Friday. We may vote again next year or something. But Friday for this year, read at your leisure, but they'll come out on Fridays. There'll be messages from counseling and then messages from student services within that newsletter as well. And then here tonight, our objectives will basically, we have the parent club. You'll hear from them momentarily. They're such an important and key component of our school, so you'll get to hear from them. I should also add, it's not on this slide, the Ed Foundation is here as well. They have a slide, and if we have a representative, we'll invite the foundation, Ed Foundation up to say a word to our families here tonight. And then we're going to preview the systems and tools to help you as new families with children in our school district, and particularly our high school. Parent Club representative, Miss Nairobi is here. We are so glad to have her. I want to say that we met this morning at 7 a.m. and she's back and back. She's been here several times today. So we're going to give her an office, we think, at the end of the day, because she's probably here more than she is not here. So we're glad to have her. So it's all yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone, and welcome. So glad to see all your faces. I know a lot of you, and there are a lot of new faces here, too. So hello. My name is Nairobi Kim. There's my reading glasses. And I'm the incoming Parent Club president. So for the 2024-25 year, I have a senior, a freshman, and an incoming kindergartner. So very interesting life, very interesting times. I'll be here for a while. I wanted to just give you a little information about the Parent Club and just let you know some of the things that we do and how we support not only yourselves in the community, but also the teachers, the staff, and your students. We're here to bridge the relationship between the administration, the staff, the community, as well as be support for the students, not only in emotional ways a lot of times, but also financially. And so just to name a few things that we do, we champion a lot of issues that need to be addressed. There have been some interesting, sticky issues that have come up, and we try to be champions to raise a lot of those issues for the community and be a voice to the administration, and also have the administration be a part of that just healing and a lot of the things that we need to discuss. We also look for ways to just support not only with teacher grants, staff grants. We also fund College and Career Center. We do food service, DIB work, Title IX, class representatives, grade level initiatives, as well as registration, which you probably saw a lot of us out there today. So that's just to name a few of the things that we're involved in. One of the things that we're just hoping is that in recognizing, all the work that Parent Club does, we can't do it without all of your help. And so we really implore that you join us and become a part of the Parent Club. We have some treats out in the lobby for you to enjoy while you click on that QR code to actually join our club, be a part of the organization. We have our first meeting on Friday, August 16th at 9 until 10:30, and we'll have a little refreshment happy hour, a half an hour before then. And so we hope that we see you there. Just know that we want to hear your voices. We want to support you, but most importantly, we just want to be here to also be a part of that community that we hope build. So thank you.
All right, so now it's my turn. Yesterday, for those of you who have incoming ninth graders, we did hold our freshman orientation. For those of you who have students in other grades, we welcomed them earlier today. Just a little preview of some of the things that they did. We focused a lot on community building, getting to know students, both who they may have known in middle school or who may be new to the school, and getting to know some of our upperclassmen who they can look up to as leaders and reach out to for support as needed. So you can see we held circles, we did campus tours, and did all sorts of, there was guidance on what kind of pictures to take. There's some funny ones for sure. But yeah, so just a little peek into how yesterday went. And it was really fun to welcome in new students last night and earlier today. And again, we're really excited for Monday and really excited for you all to be here in support of welcoming your students. All right, so I'm gonna, as David mentioned earlier, our other big objective for tonight is to do a preview of just some of the big systems and tools that are important here at the high school, at Piedmont High School. So I'm going to be providing a lot of info, a lot of high-level info, where your student will be learning about some of these tools in more detail, and we will be providing resources on these tools in newsletters and in other spaces over the course of the year. So these are just tools that we want you to know exist, that you can be able to support your student with as the year goes on. Yeah?
Will you be distributing the slides to us?
Yes. So we will make sure that this slideshow goes out. At the end of the slide, at the end of this deck, there's a bunch of links to some of the exact specific resources that have parent versions. Everything will be here. We'll get this to you soon. Yeah. And we're going to couch some of our explanations of our tools within the goals for the district, again, so you can see how we're aligning to just the work of our district broadly, and what it looks like here at the high school. All right. Because this is a lot of talking at you, we're going to make it a little bit interactive to try and help your brains process information. So in the spirit of new family, some of you know each other, some of you don't. We'd like you to simply turn and talk to someone around you and introduce yourself. What is your name? Who is your student? What is one thing you're looking forward to this year? You have 2 minutes. Go. Yeah.
Anything big for you this weekend?
No, the Olympics, women's soccer,
You still going?
gold medal match. Yeah. Men's basketball gold medal match. Women's volleyball.
Busy weekend.
All right, folks, if you could close up those conversations. Oh, the timer did go off. Uh-oh. All right. So, in the spirit, again, thank you for doing that. There's going to be a few more of those planned in, so be ready. I hope you talk to somebody new next time. So, in thinking about creating an environment to thrive for all students, I'm just going to talk about a few structures. First structure I want you all to be aware of is our Wellness Center. Our Wellness Center is a place, literally, on campus where we have a team of therapists and other professionals who are available to provide mental health support throughout the day. This support can be as simple as, I need a break, I need somewhere to sit, there's spaces to sit and just take a breather. It could be something's going on right now that I need to talk to someone right now. There are people available to talk to right now. Our therapists also provide ongoing supports based on need. So the Wellness Center is in the 20s building. All of the students who were able to join our tour saw it and know where it is. It is a resource that's available for all students at all times throughout the day, and we will continue to support students to access and use as the year goes on. I want to introduce you to a few staff members, our counselors, Amanda Carlson, Chris Hartford, and our College and Career Center Director, Miss ML Stephanie, and our school registrar is Darlene Lowe. They're all housed in the 20s building, and this is the team of folks who provides just general school counseling, helping with schedules, helping with navigating challenges with students or with teachers, right? This team is here to support. I'll talk more about the College and Career Center a little bit later, but again, these are folks that you want your students to get to know. They're always available, always ready to be able to help. In that vein, these are some general themes for some of the work that the counselors provide. First, Amanda, these are we're organized by name in terms of who students go to. That information is here. Again, you'll get this later to make sure you know who your person is. We'll also include it in the newsletter. In general, 9th grade is about transitioning to high school, learning about yourself. We have some programs and opportunities that are planned to do that with students. 10th grade, we start beginning to explore college career. 11th grade, starting to narrow down options for college career. And 12th grade is really making those decisions about my future. And how does the program I'm interested in or the school I'm interested in align with where I hope to see myself post-high school. Another tool that we have available to us that we use is our Panorama Wellness Survey. The Wellness Survey it's a survey that goes out to students 2 times per year and asks questions around general wellness. It is not used to identify concerns necessarily or to identify something that needs to be addressed immediately. It's more really to get input from students on how are they feeling, how are they doing. Our team uses this information to potentially provide small group supports, additional check-ins. Classroom teachers get access to this data about what students say about how things are going, and we'll use that to inform their instruction, make adjustments as needed. Again, just so you know, and we'll let you know when these surveys are happening, but this is a tool that we use, again, to help check in on how are our students doing. Some of the student leadership groups on campus, not all of these are available for 9th graders if you are a parent of a new 9th grader, but these are all groups that 9th graders and other new students can lean on when they're looking to get to know new folks. We have our Associated Student Body, ASB, a peer leadership program. Peer leaders are the ones who put on the new student orientations this morning and last night. An affinity mentor group focused on DEIB and just creating spaces of inclusiveness for all students. And some newer structures, the Feedback Athletic Council, which will be designed for captains of sports teams to help them create positive environments on their teams. And our Spirit Ambassadors, which are students who like spirit. They like pep rallies, they got energy. I'll share more about that another time, but at our pep rally last year, we engaged the Spirit Ambassadors the first time, and it was a lot of fun. So again, this is about leadership, empowering students to take ownership of our school and our community, and folks that new students could look up to or reach out to if, as they're navigating time in a new space. All right, I'm gonna shorten this turn and talk to 1 minute, but I want you to process some of the things that I just said. Just turn and talk to somebody. What is one program you will encourage your student to look into based on what I just talked about? 1 minute, go ahead. Yeah. All right, folks, please finish up that conversation. Does anyone want to share? Is there a volunteer who can speak loudly without the mic? We as educators have a thing called wait time, so I can wait. Yes, please.
I think I'll encourage her to do ASB. That she was the vice president of the student council her 8th grade last year, so that may transition well.
That sounds wonderful. We look forward to supporting your student to explore that opportunity. Thank you for sharing. All right. So a few things in relation to investing in outstanding academics. We know academics are extremely important. Rigorous learning and rigorous opportunities are really important to us, are important to our teachers, and we know are important to you. And it's hard work, right? So we want to highlight just a few supports and some structures to help your student navigate life in high school. Sometimes the transition from 8th grade to 9th grade can be a big one, or if you're coming from a new school that is structured differently, could be very different. So some things for you to know. First is the high school, which is similar to middle school if you are coming from PMS. We have Academy Block, where there's essentially twice a week, there's 2 blocks of support time built into the schedule where students can opt in to classes that they have with teachers who maybe they're prepping for an upcoming test, or maybe they need help on a particular standard or objective. So know that Academy is a tool that's available to students. We use a program called FlexiSched, which is something that will come up in their computer profile, that they can actually schedule time with teachers. They can identify what teacher they want to go to on the Wednesday Academy block or on the Friday Academy block. Again, it's a tool. Encourage your students to use it purposely based on where they need help. Another tool, which if you went through walkthrough today, you know you have your school planner. The school planner has a lot of information that's helpful. It has our student handbook, expectations on conduct, et cetera. The piece that is perhaps most important is it is a place to write down assignments. Executive functioning is really important, something we will work on with students. They don't need to use the planner, but they do need to figure out a system for themselves to keep organized around what's coming up, what they need to do, when are the deadlines, et cetera. That is a big thing that we see high school students struggle with as they're navigating having more classes, perhaps more rigorous classes. The work expectations increase. A lot is put on them. Organization is super important. Again, the planner is a tool. They could use that. They could use something else, but it is something we want you to encourage students to think about. How are they organizing themselves so they can stay on top of their work? Schoology is another tool. Again, is used in PMS and other spaces, so you might be familiar, but it is a way teachers organize all of their class assignments and classwork in Schoology. Students will have access through their dashboard for all of their courses. Teachers will put announcements, upcoming assignments, information they need to know, access to resources. All those things will be in Schoology. Syllabus, all that stuff is there. You'll also be able to see and access information on progress reports. Information on assignments that have been graded. You can get a general picture of how students are doing via Schoology. Again, a resource your student will get to know really well. We'll provide you a resource on how you can use and access. Will be linked later in the presentation. Another piece to let you know, Infinite Campus is the place where your formal grades are kept. These are the grades that matter for transcript purposes. Schoology and Infinite Campus are usually exactly aligned, but there might be some differences. And again, you use Schoology as a way to progress monitor, but formal grades that might go into transcript for application purposes go into IC. And these are the increments of when you'll get formal progress reports in IC. We'll get you all that information later, but just know there are increments for those formal progress reports. Again, just turn and talk to somebody. What's something you want to encourage your student to think about or use? Take 1 minute. Go ahead. Okay. She probably. All right, folks, if you could close up those conversations. You can go to the next slide. So before I move on, I just want to introduce someone that came in. Miss Irma Munoz is the principal of Millennium High School. We work very closely together. Our students share classes, share teachers. Programming at Millennium is slightly different, but again, we're very integrated. We work collaboratively, and Irma is a huge part of our work. So welcome, thank you for coming. Oh, yes, actually, Ms. Munoz also oversees the Wellness Center, which I referenced earlier. She leads the programming in collaboration, but she is the person who's setting vision for how the work of that team is directly impacting and providing services for our students. So thank you, Ms. Munoz. All right. So I'm gonna have you turn and talk about something again. This is a big question. We're going to talk about partnering beyond the classroom. Partnering beyond the classroom can be a huge component of the learning experience for any person, right? I think about my own experience getting to where I am today, and when I was actually doing work or applying what I was learning outside of the classroom is when I learned the most, right? So we're excited to build out this programming in collaboration with the community and what the community is looking for. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how that connects to thinking about life after high school, which I know if you're a family of a ninth grader, it may seem far off, but it's not, or it might seem right around the corner, and it is. And it's a really important thing to think about as we think about how we're setting our student up for success after high school, after they leave us. So this is the big one. I want you to turn and talk to somebody, and I want you to answer two questions. What are your hopes and dreams for your students' post-high school plans? And then the big question, does this align with your students' hopes and dreams? Are they the same? Open question. Go ahead and we'll actually just do 1 minute, just share. Thank you.
So the U.S. is in the final. Well, we lost in men's space.
Men's soccer.
Soccer.
And men's volleyball was really close.
Thank you. We'll see you Monday, all right? Yes.
Thanks, Ruben. All right, folks, please finish up those conversations. I would love to hear from a volunteer if someone is interested. Who would like to respond to those two questions? What are your hopes and dreams? And then do those hopes and dreams align? Is there a brave soul? Interesting. Yeah, please, thank you.
Well, I actually have an incoming freshman and I have a senior.
Ooh,
So, to be honest, I was thinking more of my senior.
great.
Because I think my freshman will be overly test, even though I did it just a minute. But I was thinking I want him to be happy. And I want him to find a community where he really feels like he is a good fit. And he puts a lot of pressure on himself here, as do many students. And just finding a place that challenges him, but also where he can have fun and enjoy it. And you mentioned have those experiences that are also learning outside of the classroom.
Thank you. So I asked that question on purpose, which you alluded to in a lot of ways, right? There's a lot of pressure here and in many places around being successful and being successful to get somewhere after high school and what college you got into and those types of things, right? And all of that's important, and we want to support that. And the work that we do starting in 9th grade all the way through senior year is designed to really help students think about who am I, right? What do I want to see? Where do I want to see myself? And empower them to advocate and to speak up and to take steps that lead them there. We always hope that's in alignment with the pressures around them, but it isn't always. And I name that just because as a parent, if you have a 9th grader or anywhere, it's always important to listen. Ask those questions. How are you feeling about the steps you're taking? Where do let's go on some visits. Let's talk about programming. And the more that their voice is leading it, the conversation, leading the decision making, the happier they're going to be. And that we know is our goal. So have that lens as we think about some of the work we're going to be doing and think about partnering beyond the classroom and preparing for life after high school. So first, we have, I referenced earlier, Miss ML, director of the College and Career Center. The College and Career Center is open daily starting at lunch. And it is designed to provide families with tools to get ready for life after high school. We'll soon receive very specific checklist of recommendations of things you might do with your student in 9th grade, in 10th grade, et cetera, all designed to help a student start thinking about what do I want to do, what are my interests, how does that connect to where I might see myself after high school. In that space, there'll be opportunities for office hours, check-ins around, again, talking about what I want to do, but also including financial aid and applications, like all those types of supports do come out of the College and Career Center. We have college representative visits. Anywhere between 40 and 60 colleges and universities throughout the country will come here in the fall. Those opportunities are available for all students to come visit if they want. That information will be out there so you know who is coming when. We are building out a speaker series on very specific topics around the post-high school life, such as financial aid, such as studying abroad, like those types of things. We're going to be providing a lot of information for families on what to start thinking about now in preparation for, again, life after high school. And technical things such as essay writing and those types of things all come through the College and Career Center. You get a lot of details on that over the course of this year and beyond. One tool that I want to make sure everyone knows about is a tool called Naviance. Naviance is the program that we use to help track and organize sort of the college preparation information. In Naviance specifically, there are a variety of surveys. And we have built out a sequence where students will be taking different surveys at different grade levels, all designed to help them understand things about themselves, things about their interests, how their strengths and their interests connect to potential opportunities after high school. You're going to get a lot more information about this over the next few weeks. In this tool, there's college match search tools. There are career interest surveys. Again, all these different programs that help you triangulate and connect dots of like, oh, my student is interested in this. Let's look at, here's some programs that might be a good fit. So again, I name this as a resource we will support everyone to get very comfortable with. There's a lot of info in here that will help you make some of the decisions and at least know what to think about and talk about with your student. And then another piece, Career Day will be on February 28th. We are always looking for volunteers, of folks who want to talk about their interests and talk about their careers. We brought back Career Day last year, and it was a really big success. We are hoping to build out Career Day into a career week with a lot of other types of opportunities, talking about resume development and how do I interview for a job. And what's beautiful is that so many community members want to help and want to support. So I'm just naming it now. This isn't until February, but we're going to get a lot of information out about who's coming, who to talk to, and all this connects to how am I making decisions about my life after high school. Okay. And on to our last piece, operational excellence. Some organizational things for you to think about. Go to the next one. So this is the list of resources I referenced earlier. There's going to be access to information from the planner, the academic calendar, the Bell schedule if you don't know what it is already. Information on how to log into Infinite Campus as a parent, information for how to use Schoology as a parent, the responsible use technology, the responsible use policy for technology resources document that all students have signed or will sign to guide how they use technology, and a couple other tools for you, okay? All of that is there to help you stay organized. We will provide a lot more information about that over the course of the newsletters, and we will be teaching students how to use those tools if they don't already know. I know there's a lot of info, a lot to internalize. We will get this to you soon, and we look forward to supporting you. Use these tools in support of your student starting Monday.
Thank you, Joe. All right, so we're going to invite the Parent Education Foundation up real quick, also to say a few words. Much like you heard from the Parent Club earlier, Education Foundation, if you have kids in our school system, you'll know how valuable they are. They are a critical partner in our success here, and so we have a representative now. I'll let her introduce herself and tell you about it.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Kim Hunter. Most of you know me, but there's a lot of really amazing new families here who don't know me yet. So I'm on the PEF board, which is the Piedmont Education Foundation. We are really the group that raises the money, and we give a lot of money over to the school district. We are separate from the schools, we're separate from the district, we're a separate independent group, but we support the schools and the teachers. So that's what the first part tells you, and we've been here since 1975. On our PEF board that controls where the money goes that we raise, we have our co-chairs here, Dana Leong and also Sarah DeReeves. You guys want to wave? Where are you? Dana's back there. The board, I think we have about 20 people on our board, and I'm on the board. I'm also a 7th grade rep, 9th or 10th grade rep, and I am the Giving Campaign co-chair. And the Giving Campaign is our largest fundraiser that we have. You will be inundated. The kickoff, I think, is going to be September 24th. I'm not kidding you when I say you're going to be inundated. You will get text messages. You will get phone calls. You will get mail. You'll see my lovely face. I make jokes all the time. But the biggest thing is, everything that you've heard Joe and David talk about happens because we out here put into a collective pot to help pay for our teachers and pay for our extra academic activities for our kids. And as I was telling some of the new parents over here, in this community, the most important thing is that you care about your kid. That's why you're here. And that's what we're going to keep on telling you. You know that's really why you're here. And you will see your kids are going to do so well in this community because they're going to love where they're going to school. They're going to love what they're learning. They may be a little funky because they're in middle school and just came out of middle school to high school. I know, but it's an amazing place, and they are growing so fast, and it's going to be awesome. So the last part is the Piedmont store. PEF is one of the... not only does it run and help us with the money, but the other thing that it does is we have relationships with all, like the parents clubs, and they help, PEF does, to do the organizational part of it, to hold the money for them. And so we have MOUs with all these different groups, like the parent clubs, for even the elementary schools. And they help to hold the money there. And when you go to the store, when you're registering your kid, they set that whole thing up. So if you have, I always say, if you have one major question, go and look on the calendar, because there's a portal for the calendar for everything that's going on in the entire community for the schools. But also, if you have any questions, call PEF. They will have the answers for you. And you can come to me or any of the members who are on the board and let us know if you have concerns or things that you're interested in, new ideas. We're looking forward to hearing from you. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Kim. We appreciate you so much. All right, I think that concludes our presentation here tonight. We're going to, if you do have questions, please, we'll take those offline. Come up. Joe and I will be up here to help and stay as long as we need to answer questions. Newsletter will come out tonight. This slide I'll put on tonight for you. Look for the link. Lots of information around the first couple weeks of school. So again, roughly 60 hours, 8:30 Monday morning. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. We'll see all your new students here at Piedmont High School. Thank you so much.